Welcome back to the Mountain Morning Show, and I am very happy to have Mike Olenek here in studio from Slamdance. He returns for the third time, this time with his second film, and it is The Cure. Welcome to the show, sir. It's good to see you.
Yeah, great to see you.
As you say, we go way back,
yeah.
you and I.
Yeah.
It's terrific to have you in studio and get to talk to you about your film, especially I like when you bring a film. You've done that 2 times out of the 3 you've been here. Last year you were here with friends.
Yeah.
And this year you come back with another film which is bound to get some talk for sure.
I hope so.
Talk to me about that. You have never shied away from pushing some boundaries and pushing some people's feelings. Talk to me about that part of it.
Yeah, I just go with my intuition, and it's a strange film that I think it starts out and you think it's about one thing, and then it turns into a film about something else, and then a film about something else, and I think that's kind of like life. You can be in your house and then walk down the street and anything could happen, and you could go somewhere else and anything could happen. So sort of, yeah, not afraid to put surprises into my movie and sort of maybe start somewhere that seems safe but isn't really safe at all.
Yeah, the reveals from you are always a little almost abrupt, I guess is the way I would think of it. Yeah. You kind of ease into it and oh wait a minute. Yeah. something changes, shifts. Yeah, when There's a shift.
Yeah, when I was writing this, I was very aware. I was like, okay, I feel like we're getting too comfortable in the movie. Like, how can this shift? How can this change how you're thinking about what the characters are wearing, or where they are in the scene, or where they are?
Interesting.
Yeah.
This film is sci-fi in nature.
Yeah.
Right. As usual, you've picked some interesting visual effects. Talk to me about that. How you do this a little different. You shy away from CGI.
Yeah, for sure. Well, the movie has a retro feel to it, so it feels like as much as possible that it, not in a specific year, but there's like landline telephones and so people wear clothing from the 70s, so it doesn't feel contemporary. And so thinking about that and saying like, well, in that time period, there weren't CGI effects. It was matte paintings and miniatures and models, and so.
So the film style matches the age of the film.
Yeah, yeah.
Interesting.
And I'm also, I hate sort of sitting over a computer and like fighting with pixels to get them to work. I'd rather like light something, use the camera to say, oh, this is how I want this to look. So I think otherwise you can just sit over a computer forever.
I hate editing. I don't know about you, but that is not my thing.
I love editing, but I don't love like dealing with pixels. Yeah.
I can feel that. With this film, you start to play with gender roles again. This is something that seems to be a theme running for you, and the other theme that goes along with that one is loneliness. Yeah. That's something you've always dealt with in your film. Talk to me about that. Is that from a personal nature? Do you find yourself to be lonely sometimes? Is that where that comes from?
Sometimes. I think like when I was making this film, I maybe saw like 6 movies in the past 6 months. Like you're like, oh, I can't hang out. Like I'm like just tied to this movie, trying to finish it. So I think making film certainly makes me feel lonely and sort of separated from other people. Yeah. Yeah.
I think that, well, maybe that's the editing part again. Yeah. Maybe we need to avoid that.
Yeah, no, it is. That's what my day job is, so it's hard to avoid it, but.
That's right. Well, I want to take a look at a clip of the film again. I really want to dig deeper into the theme of loneliness with you. Yeah. Because I think it's something that we all have those moments, right? Yeah. Of feeling alone in our car and left to our thoughts, and sometimes leaving us to our thoughts maybe not the best thing in the world. Yeah. Describe loneliness to you. What is it? What are the raw emotions of loneliness?
God, that's a really good question. I think wanting to get a cat is for me like the and there's a lot of cats in the movie, and I think about it, I'm like, oh, I should probably just get a cat, and I'll probably feel a lot better about my life.
And that's not the first time that we've had this conversation. Yeah. You like cats.
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
As do I.
Yeah. So so I think I don't know if that answers the question.
No, it kind of does. Yeah. I think cats understand loneliness. They like it.
Yeah.
And that's something that they sort of feed back on with us. It's like, I know you're lonely right there. I'm still going to be right over here. Yeah. Right?
No, and I think like maybe there's not something wrong with that. And I don't know how well the film explores that, but that might, maybe it's okay to be alone. Like maybe it's less painful in some ways for some of the characters.
Let's talk about this being a return for you to Slamdance. You've been here a few times.
Yeah.
We have just a moment, and I want to talk about this. What is your experience like? It's a little early on, but how do you feel coming back, knowing you've been here before?
It's really, really great. Everyone at Slamdance is so friendly. Like I walked down the hallway, and it was just like hug after hug after hug, and it was kind of amazing. And like I keep in touch with people on social media, but it's really great to just see them in person again. And they're all really smart and really funny, and they all just are really passionate about the films that they play. And that just feels really good to be a part of that environment. Yeah.
The Treasure Mountain is a tremendous place among filmmakers, and there are a lot of hugs there for sure.
Yeah.
When can we see your film?
It's Saturday at 7:15, and again Wednesday, 7:15 p.m., and then Wednesday at 10:45 a.m. in Shorts Block 2.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, they say you need about 8 hugs a day for a good day. Here's one right here. My good friend, Mike, thank you so much for being here. Again, the film is The Cure. Make sure you check it out over the Treasure Mountain as part of Slamdance. I assure you it's going to be one of your favorites. We've got a lot more coming up here on the Mountain Morning Show. We'll be right back.